Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to reassemble the rear. And I almost got a little too excited and started reassembling it without doing any videos. So this is for the suspension, this is where the arms go. So a point of reference, these will point forward, and when you put them together, they will go like this. So these will go right in here. So the differential just goes through, put it in through here, and remember the differential, this side, is going to go to the left. So make sure you orient that left on the left, and then once you do this, you can go ahead and mate the two halves together. And this is it. So at this point, you can now just start putting some of the screws in. Remember, there's a little screw that goes in here, so you can do that now. Or you could do it later. It's not really going to matter that much as long as the arms aren't assembled. It'll be fine, but I'm going to go ahead and do it now. So it's a 2mm driver. Just makes it easier. I mean, that is such a small part, it's easy to forget. And that is it. And remember, do not over tighten anything. Everything should just be snug, and snug is the way to go with these. So I've left these little half shafts in there. Suspension, this is going to go through the arm, and one of the things to note is these rods, these are going to go toward the rear. So this one, just by looking at it, the smaller arm goes on top. And you can tell because the link for the suspension, right, this will go like this, and this goes toward the rear. So that means that this is going to be the left side. And I can go ahead and just place the arm here. And this one uses these small pins. So it's these small little rolled pins, which I've cleaned already. Oh, missed. Try again. There we go. And small one on the other side. All right, is this one in? There. All right, this moves freely, great. And this one's gonna go in there, but remember you have to install it. This is locked by the rear bumper. So at this point, we can go ahead and just set this right in here. So just slide it in the same angle so that it goes through the bearings neatly and smoothly. You do not want to force that. Before you put the upper arm, make sure that you connect these two half shafts together. And then the upper arm will go over here, and the upper arm will be attached using the longer pin. Let's see. All right, here we go. And this little bar, make sure you orient that going forward. All right, we will grab one of the long pins, and we will just drive one of these in. It's not lined up. Nope. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just stand this there. And that looks like it went through. Something else that you can do, just as reference, if you grab the other one, place it right next to that one. That looks about right. All right, great. So now we have this. Now at this point, we can use the screws that go in here. If you haven't already, just use a little bit of thread lock and place some thread lock in here. Here, give me a moment. These are actually the wrong ones. There they are. Found them. Different pile. All right, and this will be a 2.5 millimeter driver. So it's the short 3 millimeter screws, and that is it. And this works. Now I can go ahead and do the other side, and the other side will be the same process. All right. Move that out of the way. This is going to be facing that way. And let's start with the bottom arm. All right, perfect. And there it is. All right. And because this is attached to the lower arm, I can go ahead and install this one now. Or I can try. There we go. All right, we use this one right over here. Make sure again that it has thread lock. And I'm just gonna place my thumb here so I don't rotate it, although you shouldn't because of the ball bearings. There we go. And this arm will just fit right in here. And now we can drive, oops. Don't forget to place a little half shaft in there. And I'll drive the pin. There we go. And that is good. So now I can go ahead and install the rest of the components. Now I can also get the chassis ready since I have the chassis right over here. So if you recall, this is simply going to slide in right in here, and if you can see this little component, so the plastic's going to go right in there. So this metal piece is just going to grab onto the plastic as it just slides and fits in there. Should have done this one first. Oh well. All right. So we'll go ahead and grab this. And that's how far I still have to go. It's about 1 centimeter. This still needs to slide in. All right. Nope, refuses. Go. A little more. There. Just match the holes on top. Holes on top look good. Yep, they look good. All right. There we go. So we can go ahead and start assembling everything else. You can place the 2 screws here and then the 2 screws over here if you like. This one, remember that one goes in after you've installed the shock tower, so not quite yet. Well, I guess I could just place that in there and then we'll hold the pins after this brace. So grab this and let's see. pulling out on the top because it has to go in relatively straight, although sometimes you just have to wiggle the arms. There we go. Perfect. And that is it. And I need to put these inside, so these will go in here. And remember, the rear bumper is going to screw onto these. Well, I guess secure them, I should say, not really screw onto them. It's going to screw onto the bulkhead. Here we go. So we'll go ahead and place this. And here, give me a moment. All right. This will just slide in, and that is it. Perfect. So I'm actually going to begin with the rear bumper. So rear bumper, those screws just have to go in through the eyes of the rods. And that should be a 2mm driver. And let's see. All right, so those are set. So at this point, I can now grab these two long screws that went in here. I can now secure these in there. Again, 2mm driver. Right in there. We'll place this over here. We'll place that there out of the way. And I'm going to go ahead and set these. Oh, wait, nope. What are we doing? Let's see. All right. Let's do these first. And so large ones go here. These are a 2.5. This is not aligned properly, is it? No. Alright. Well, I can actually do these. So we'll start off with these. Instead, just going to place the screws in there. I'm not going to tighten them all the way. Right, and let's try this again. All right, and there we go. These will be easier to install. All right, now let's see. All right, so this skid plate goes here, so it'd go in there. I can do that one later. Just want to make sure I don't need anything else in there before I tighten everything. All Oh, there are 2 more screws. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Those are the screws I need. All right. So this one goes over here to transmission, so I'm just going to set it off to the side. This is the next one that goes in, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just those 4 screws, and it also holds these pins in place. So I have to go ahead and just wiggle this in, and then here in the rear, I have to make sure. Oh, there it is. Perfect. And now I can go ahead and just drop the screws in there. So I'll put my 4 screws, and these will just be a 2mm driver. And once I do this, all of my pins will be locked in place, so I don't have to worry about the suspension arms coming loose. Go. Alright. If it looks weird, this one's not compressed, this one's compressed. That's why I can't tell right now because I don't want, I can't see it from the top, but it may look crooked. It's not crooked, it's just because of suspension. Alright, here we go. Good. There, and snug is all you need. So that is all for that. At this point...
What? Oh, my hair! My arm! My rod!